set of R such that F is a mapping from A to B and G is a mapping from B to R, then A is subset of R and B is subset of R such that F is a mapping from A to R and G is a mapping from B to R, then F comma G are called as real valued functions. Then F comma G are called as real valued functions. Real valued functions. F comma G are called as real valued functions. Some properties of real valued functions are F plus or minus G of X equal to F of X plus or minus G of X. Next, F into G of X equal to F of X into G of X. Next, F of X, F by G equal to F of X by G of X if G of X not equal to 0. If G of X not equal to 0. Next, F plus K, some constant K of X equal to, we can write F of X plus the constant separately. Same for multiplication also. K into F equal to K into F of X. Same. F of X whole power n equal to F power n of X. These are some properties of real valued functions. Some other types of functions. Number 1, even function. What is an even function? If F is a mapping from A to R, where A is subset or equal to R, such that F of minus X equal to plus F of X, then F is called as even function. Then F is called as an even function. F is a mapping from A to R where A is subset of R, such that means A is this domain is a subset of real number set. That's what I want to say. So this is a real valued function. Just now we discussed real valued function. That real valued function, if F is a real valued function such that F of minus X equal to F of X, then F is called as an even function. Then F is called as an even function. Then F is called as an even function. Even function is symmetric about even function is symmetric about even function is symmetric about y-axis. Even function is symmetric about y-axis. That is, example, we know many even functions. Y equal to x square or f of x equal to x square is an even function, or f of x equal to mod x is an even function. Here if you find f of minus x, f of minus x is minus x whole square becomes x, implies f of minus x equal to f of x. This is an even function. If you draw the graph of this, we already discussed it. If we draw the graph of this, is a parabola open up like this. This is a parabola opens up like this. Now, if you observe, for a even function, y-axis acts like a axis of symmetry. Means if you fold this, both will coincide on y-axis. So the image of this point will be on this side of the y-axis. That is, if x comma y is a point on the graph, then minus x comma y is also a point on the graph. Since such a type of symmetry is called as even function. Such type of symmetry is called as even function. X comma y is a point on the graph, then minus x comma minus y is also a point on the graph. Graph is known as even function. So for a even function, y-axis acts like a symmetry. So it is symmetric about the y-axis. Even function is symmetric about the y-axis. Implies if x comma y is a point on the y-axis graph y, then minus x comma y also a point on the same graph on the other side. So like this, y-axis acts like a symmetry. Such type of function is called as even function. Such type of function is called as even function. Function. What is an odd function? F is a mapping from A to R, where A is subset of R, such that f of minus x equal to minus f of x. F of minus x equal to minus f of x. Then f is called as odd function. Then f is called as odd function. Then f is called as odd function. Odd function is symmetric about origin. Odd function is symmetric about origin. Symmetric about origin. Means previously it is symmetric about y-axis, means what I told, x comma y is a point on the graph, then minus x comma plus y is a point on that graph. Here, if x comma y is a point on the graph, if x comma y is a point on the graph, then minus x comma minus y is a point on the graph. Is also a point on the graph. Is also a point on the graph. Means origin acts like a symmetry here. Origin acts like a symmetry here. Means if you draw the odd function graph, if this is a curve, then this is its image on origin. So x comma y is a point on the graph. If x comma y is a point on the graph, then minus x comma minus y is also a point on the graph. Such type of graphs are called as odd functions. Such type of functions are called as odd functions. And some more points on this is, example, f of x equal to x cube is an odd function. Just now only we drew the graph. This is x cube graph. Here it containing only one solution, that is x equal to 0, and the remaining are imaginary solutions. So f of x equal to x cube is an example of the odd function. If I find f of minus x square, I will get minus x cube. It is nothing but minus f of x. Such a type of function is called as odd function. Such a type of function is called as an odd function. If let E is a subset of R, means it is E is a subset of real number, and f is a mapping from E to R be a function, then f is called as periodic. If there exists a real positive number p such that ఎట్లా ఉండాలంట p x plus p belongs to the subdomain x plus p belongs to the domain E for every x belongs to the domain. For every x belongs to domain, that x plus p also belongs to domain అయ్యేలా ఉండాలి. And f of x plus p is always equal to f of x ఎలా ఉండాలి for every x belongs to domain. Then if such a type of positive real number p exists, then f is called as periodic. Then f is called as periodic with period p. F is called as periodic with period p. With period p means most important point here, there should be some positive real number such that f of x plus p equal to f of x. This is most important. F of x plus p equal to f of x. Then f is called as periodic with period p. Then f is called as periodic with period p. Some functions may be periodic. Why is saying if such p exists? Means sometimes p exists, then period p. Sometimes periodic functions will be there, but such p does not exist. Those type of functions are called as periodic, but there is no period for that. That's why if such period exists, this is important point. Means example if I take, you can understand easily. If f of x equal to sin x, f of x equal to sin x, what is f of x plus 2 pi or 2 pi plus x? What is f of x plus 2 pi? You will get sin of x plus 2 pi or sin of 2 pi plus x. Is sin x only? Is sin x only? Is nothing but f of x only. So I am getting f of x plus p equal to f of x. Like the same, if I take f of x plus 4p also, 4 pi also, I will get f of x. 6 pi also I will get f of x. That's why I am saying where p is least, if such period real positive number p exists and p is least, then such least number is called as period of the function. Here 2 pi, f of x plus 2 pi is sin x only, f of x plus 4 pi also sin x only, means f of x only. If I take f of x plus 6 pi, that is also sin x only. All these types functions are periodic, but period p is least value out of all. So 2 pi, 4 pi, 6 pi all. So what is the least value? 2 pi. So period of sin x is 2 pi. Period of sin x is 2 pi. We will get sin first trigonometric periods. Period of sin ax equal to, we know that it is 2 pi by a. Like cos ax equal to 2 pi by a. Tan ax equal to 2 pi by a. Sorry, pi by a. Sin ax is 2 pi by a, cos ax is 2 pi by a, tan ax is pi by a. Reciprocals are also same, we already know. Next, period of mod sin x or mod cos x or mod tan x is always equal to pi. Period of mod sin x, mod cos x, mod tan x is always equal to pi. Period of mod sin x, a into mod sin x plus b into mod cos x. Keep this in mind. A into mod sin x plus b into mod cos x equal to a into mod sin x plus b into mod cos x is equal to pi. But pi by 2. But if a equal to b, means mod sin x plus mod cos x, then period equal to pi by 2. Then period equal to pi by 2. Pi by 2. Period of a mod sin x plus b mod cos x is pi. Whenever if a equal to b, then period is pi by 2. Because if you take pi by 2 minus x, sin pi by 2 minus x becomes cos x, cos pi by 2 minus x becomes sin x. So this becomes, if a equal to b, this is phi, no problem. Phi cos x plus phi sin x, it becomes means f of x. So you are going to get f of x itself if a equal to b when p is pi by 2. So period of a sin x plus b cos x is pi. If a equal to b, it is pi by 2. If a equal to b, then it is pi by 2. Some functions are like f of ax plus b, period of f of ax plus b, period of f of ax plus b equal to, if f of x is a period with p, then period of f of ax is p by mod a, where p is period of f of x, where p is period of f of x. F of ax plus b equal to p by mod a, where p is period of f of x, where p is period of f of x. If f of x equal to constant, means what I want to say is, if it is a constant function, if f of x equal to some constant, what I want to say, if it is a constant function, then constant function is, if I take f of, for example, x plus 1, what do I get? Same constant. If f of x plus n, I will get same constant. F of x plus 1 by 2, I will get same constant. Like this, 1 by 3, 1 by 5, I can take anything, I will get constant. Means I am going to get f of x. So f constant function is periodic. Observe this here, what I told previously. P is least value if exists. Why I stressed that for this only. If p is least, what is least here? Is it n, or is it 1, or is it 1 by 2, or is it 1 by 3, or till minus infinity? Sorry, till 0 point something. Nearer to 0 but not 0. It can be any value. So infinitely many values we can take here. The least value can be anything which we cannot define. That's why period of constant function is not defined, but it is periodic. So what I want to say is, constant function is periodic but no period. Constant function is a periodic function, but p does not exist. Periodic function with period not defined. Period not defined. Because we cannot take the least value. It can be anything. I did not tell you it is an integer. P is least real value I told. If such P exists. Here no P exists. It is can be anything. So no particular P exists. That's why period of the constant function is not defined, but it is always periodic. If there are f of x plus g, two functions, f of x plus g of x, or f of x minus g of x, or f of x into g of x, two or more functions, and f is a period t1, f is a periodic function with period t1, and g is a periodic function with period t2, then f plus g period is, f plus g or f plus or minus g period is LCM of t1 comma t2 is LCM of t1 comma t2. Example, if f of x equal to sin 2x plus cos square x, sin 2x plus cos x otherwise. Then find the period of this function. Here there are two functions, one is sin 2x, other is cos x. We know the period of this separately, period of this separately. So find the two periods. This is like f plus g. So find the two periods separately and take the LCM of the two, gives you the period of f of x. So period of sin 2x we know. What is period of sin 2x? Sin 2x is 2 pi by a, means 2 pi by 2 is equal to pi. Next, period of cos x, directly 2 pi. So if we want the period of f of x, so period of f of x, we should take the LCM of 2. Period of f of x equal to LCM of pi comma 2 pi. Pi comma 2 pi. What is the LCM of pi comma 2 pi? 2 pi. So whole period is 2 pi. Whole period is 2 pi. If there are two functions, one with period t1, other with period t2, then we should take the LCM of the two functions. Next, mod x function. Mod x function. F of x equal to mod x implies f of x equal to x if x is greater than or equal to 0, and f of x equal to minus x if x is less than 0. This is called as mod x. We already know f of x equal to mod x. Mod x is always positive. Why it is always positive? F of x equal to plus x if x is greater than or equal to 0. F of x equal to minus x if x is less than 0. Such type of function is called as mod x. We already discussed the graph of mod x also. If you observe this, this is the graph of mod x. The graph of mod x. So if x is plus 1, y is plus 1. If x is minus 1, y is plus 1. Observe. So this is 1 comma 1. This is minus 1 comma 1. What I told? This is a even function. So x comma y minus x comma y is also a point on the graph. See, such type of function is called as, we discussed it, it is even function. Y-axis like a symmetry, we already discussed it. Now mod x is a even function. Now mod x equal to plus x if x is greater than 0. Mod x equal to minus x if x is less than 0. So minus of minus x becomes plus x. That's why the graph is above the x-axis. Means here always y is greater than 0. Y is greater than or equal to 0 if you observe the graph. First thing. Next point, important property here is, write here, some properties of mod x. Some properties of mod x. Mod x is plus x if x is greater than 0, mod x is minus x if x is less than 0. If you observe the graph, if I am taking instead of 1 comma 1, if I am taking this is some a and this is some minus a like this. If this is x equal to plus a and if x is equal to minus a, if I am taking any value between these two, x, y value means the graph value, y value is below this value of the, if this is x equal to a, y also a, because this is mod a is a itself. So this point is a comma a. So y value is a on this line. So all the y value lying between a and a means if mod x is the y value is less than a, mod x is less than a, x is lying between plus a and minus a, x value is lying between these two, plus a and minus a. So implies x lie between minus a to plus a. From the graph itself you can understand that easily. If mod x is more than a, means y value is more than a, this is a we discussed. If y value is more than this a, what happens? X is on this side of minus a or on that side of minus a, means x does not lie between minus a to plus a, implies x does not lie between minus a to plus a, means x is less than or equal to minus a, or x is more than or equal to plus a. If it is equal to, I am not writing equal to, that's why I wrote like this. If you want to take equal to, you can take equal to also. This is like this, means a also includes here. So this is the property. If a mod x is less than a, x lie between minus a to plus a. If mod x is more than a, x is less than minus a or more than a, means but does not, x does not lie between a and a. X does not lie between minus a to plus a. That you can observe from the graph clearly. Mod x, modulus of x plus y always less than or equal to mod x plus mod y. Modulus of x plus y always less than or equal to mod x plus mod y. Step x. Step x is known as GIF, is also known as GIF or floor function. GIF or floor function. Step x means greatest integer. Step x means greatest integer less than or equal to x, less than or equal to x. Greatest integer less than or equal to x, represented with step x, where x belongs to some order. Greatest integer less than or equal to x is called as step x, and represented with this box of x, this is called as step x. This function is called as step x. Now if I am asking step of 2.5, so what is meant by step of 2.5? This is a number line, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is minus 1 and so on. If I am taking 2.5, so it is somewhere here 2.5. Now greatest integer less than or equal to x. X here is 2.5 I am taking. So less than 2.5, many integers are there. 2, 1, 0, minus 1, minus 2 till in minus infinity. So among all these, greatest is how much? 2. Greatest is 2. So step of 2.5 equal to 2. Like if I am saying step of 5.8. So less than 5.8, among all the integers, greatest is 5. So step of 5.8 is 5. Like the same, if I am taking minus 2 here. So this is minus 1 step of minus 1.8 if I am asking. What is step of minus 1.8? Where do this minus 1.8 lies? Here somewhere. So among all these, which is the least one? So step of greatest integer among all these is minus 2. So step of minus 1.2 it is minus 2. So whenever, if you observe this, step x is greatest integer less than or equal to x. Here this x is always lying between two integers, n and n plus 1. If this is n, this is n plus 1. If this is n, this is n plus 1. If x lie between n and n plus 1 equal to n, if you observe, what I want to say is, there are two parts in this step x, integer part and fractional part. So the same step x I can write as step of, this is 2 plus 0.5 gives me step of 2. 0.5, step of 0.5 is 0. So this is giving me 2. So step of any function is nothing but gives you greatest integer less than or equal to that x value. Greater less than or equal to x. Okay, na? Some properties of step x. We already saw from the graph. We already discussed from the step x. So step x always lie between x minus 1 to x. If x lie between n plus 1 and n. Next, step of x plus n equal to step x plus n if n is a integer. If n is a integer means step x plus some integer is there. I can separate the integer and I can find the step x separately. Step x plus n. Next, step x plus minus step x equal to 0 if x belongs to some integer. If x is an integer. Next, for example, if it is step of 2 plus step of minus 2. You know what is step 2? Is 2. Step of minus 2 is minus 2, becomes 0. But if it is like 2 point something, if this is minus 2 point something, then this becomes 2 point something is 2, but minus 2 point something is minus 3. So 2 minus 3 minus 1. So step x plus step of minus x is minus 1 if x is not an integer, and step x plus step of minus x is 0 if x is an integer. Next, step of x plus y greater than or equal to step x plus step y. Step of step x is always step x. Means if I want to find step of 2.5. So what is step of 2.5? Integral part less than or equal to x. Integer less than or equal to x. 2.5 is 2. So step of 2.5 is 2. So step of 2 is again 2 only. So that's why step of x is always x. Next, step x by n. These two are called as Hermite series. Step x by n plus x plus 1 by n plus x plus 2 by n and so on. X plus n minus 1 by n is equal to step x itself. Next, step x plus step of x plus 1 by n plus step of x plus 2 by n and so on. X plus n minus 1 by x equal to step of nx. So these are some properties of step x.